Savaged.
This program contains subject matter and language that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Real news, it's not fake news.
Answer along the line.
Am I allowed to say that? Oh, I'm not political. Anyway, guys. So yeah, we're ready. 1 second.
The left are liars. Stop the fucking bullshit.
Bye. Go home to mommy.
An army or a group. It only takes one person to fight for freedom.
Savage Unfiltered.
Welcome to Savage Unfiltered. I'm your host, Michael Gardner. We got a great show for you today, guys. We got a really, really good show. I got a guest here waiting in the green room. I'm going to bring her on momentarily. She's an author of a tremendous book on Amazon.com. Tremendous, guys. I'm going to get the story behind it because I know there's some paintings and it revolves around two American heroes. Okay, we're going to get the whole story behind that. Okay. Had her check out the show and reach out to us. So we decided to bring her on the show. So momentarily, guys, we're going to bring her on. But I want to say thank you to everybody that's been checking out the show during the week. I know we've been streaming on Rumble and YouTube and now Facebook and Twitch. It used to be just Rumble. But, now we're kind of branching out. I was kind of skeptical of going on YouTube with the censorship today. We all know the censorship is a bummer, and a lot of us do not like censorship. I can't stand censorship. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm a firm believer in free speech because that is our First Amendment right, and I always stand by it. And if this offends you, I'm sorry. I always like to throw that in the show every now and then. So without further ado, guys, welcome to the live stream here. We are live here, like I said, on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Rumble. So that's good stuff. Good stuff, guys. Wherever you're joining us at, please get those comments in, and I'll plug them in as I get the chance to. For our guest or myself or Joseph, which is the co-host here of the show. So without further ado, I'd like to bring in Dianne here. This is our guest, Dianne. Dianne, welcome to Savage Unfiltered. How are you doing, ma'am?
Hi, I'm doing fine, Michael. Thanks so much for having me on your show today.
Oh, yeah, and thank you for being part of the show as well. I see you're an author of a book. Now, before we get into the book, I have a question for you. I was checking out the book a little bit. I have not yet purchased the book, Dianne, but I was checking out some of the book and some of the content that you have on your website, patriotcollectionbook.com, guys. So I highly suggest you check out that website. It has all information about the paintings, and we want to get into this gentleman that had painted the paintings, but I'm going to get that in, get the background story of that towards the end of the show, a little bit towards the middle. Tell us a little bit about the book. Is this book a little political, or is it more patriotic?
Well, it could be political depending on where you're from. Okay, I would like to say that this book is about Americanism. It is a book for all Americans. Okay, it's called The Patriot Collection, the story of two American patriots from New York City. I always believe that patriotism should not be controversial and it should not be partisan. We are all Americans here. We should all be proud of our country. This is a book about Americanism, pride of country.
Yeah, and I love that, about the book. I love the title, The Patriot Collection. I love it. Is this something that you were thinking about? Has it been marinating in the brain for a while? How'd you come up with the title, Dianne?
Well, the title came up pretty much. It became obvious, okay, because I am a new author. I never planned on this being a book. This actually started as a thank you note to our president, and it really developed into a book through the paintings. Through the paintings. Okay, so was not planned as a book. It evolved into a book.
Now you mentioned president. What president is this reference to, if you don't mind me asking?
Absolutely. Well, it is the story of two American patriots from New York City. So our two American patriots, the president first, is Donald J. Trump, our 45th president of the United States.
I always give a hat tip because it's first and foremost, it's very brave of you to write a book in reference to Donald Trump. You know, some of the backlash that our president has overdeered in the last 5-6 years now of his political career, and he's still continuing getting backlash.
Yes, he is.
Do you feel that writing this book, will open up some of the eyes to American patriots that are confused of, where our president then and possibly in 2024. And I use that term loosely, 2024, because, we know he's running for president. We know he's leading right now very strongly in the Republican Party. I think the last time I checked the polls, right, Shaky, my producer over here, about 70, 75 polling high right now. Favored to be the GOP nominee.
Yeah,
for next
correct.
year.
That is correct.
So tell us a little bit about the book. You mentioned that it's in reference to Donald Trump. What other president is it reference to? Because there's two, you said, right? Donald Trump.
Well,
Is there
the
another
two
president?
patriots from New York City are Donald J. Trump, our 45th president. The other patriot is the artist, my father, Salvatore J. Indiviglia. Okay. Dad was a career fine artist. Career fine artist. So not many can say that. Art was his life. He was also a commercial artist. But he painted his whole life, and he later became a combat artist for the United States Navy. Dad was a veteran. He was a World War II veteran. He was a Vietnam veteran. And he was commissioned into the Navy, first as a lieutenant commander and then promoted to commander. He was a combat artist, one of several combat artists. They are referred to as patriot artists since the beginning of the founding of our nation. From the Revolutionary War, we had combat artists before we had photography. Okay. You don't hear of them much today. They are there. It's not as popular as it was years ago, or maybe as well known as it was before, but Dad was one of many. One of many.
That's great. Just to let you know, Dianne, there is some crackling noise coming from your end. I'm not sure. Maybe you have to just redo your audio. But as you do that, it's technology. You gotta love it. But that's great. And a collection of art. He seemed like he was your father was a big believer in art, right? I mean, he loved art.
It was his life. He'd done it. He had done it since childhood.
Yeah, that's great. Dianne, I do have my co-host here, Joseph M. Leonard, joining us here on the stream. Joseph, buddy, welcome. Welcome. You're a little late than ever, but it's okay.
I was, as you know, I deal with Wham Radio here in Michigan, so I did a quick Zoom with Ed Bondarenko, who has Your American Heritage show, for a episode of Constitutionalist Politics on September 5th, right before 9/11. So I had to squeeze him in while he had the time. But yeah, Dianne, do you have any of your father's art that was more artistic, or even any of his war art around your house?
Oh, absolutely. We have quite a gallery of work here. Most of his work for the United States Navy, his combat art, is at the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. He also has private collections, Navy art, combat art collections, traveling shows that come out of the Smithsonian and the Naval Museum in Washington, D.C. So, yes, he was a very renowned artist as a combat artist. Also in New York City, he was he was highly awarded. He had several awards for his paintings. Dad had two different styles of art, I like to call it. He referred to them as, we had watercolors, we had oils. He referred to his watercolor paintings, like the landscapes, the cityscapes, okay, as pictures. He referred to his oil paintings as paintings because they were symbolic. They were more in depth. They were messages, okay? So that was, he had abstractions and realistic art. Some of it looks like two different artists. A lot of people comment on that. Looks like two different artists did it. But that was his world. That was his, it was a very creative soul and a very intuitive artist. Very
That's
deep artist.
great that he had. I mean, like writers too. Right? You know, you did a book. I've done a book. Mike's done a book. Oftentimes, writers wind up getting them, or movie makers get themselves pigeonholed into a particular genre or style. And in music, a lot of
Very
people
true.
get upset. Like, just to pull an example out of the air, Van Halen. You know, Eddie Van Halen, Alex, and David Lee Roth. Their first few albums, hard rock, everybody got, and then all of a sudden, Eddie decided, you know, I'm an artist. I like to experiment, and I want to branch out. And all of a sudden, Women and Children First had keyboards on it, and some people went crazy. It's like, oh, you know, it's like. And I loved it because my father had a band, so I've been involved in music, and I can appreciate wanting to branch out and diversify. But that's enough seriousness because, as this audience knows, I can never pass on a joke or a pun or to lighten the mood and double entendres. But like, since we had to put this off, you were supposed to be on before, but you had a dentist appointment. How did the Tinder date go? Because isn't that what kids call Tinder dates? Dental emergencies nowadays,
Dianne, before you answer that question, this is I labeled on my show for a reason. This is Joseph the Joke Man Leonard, and he's so full of jokes. I mean, I respect him because I respect him because he's an author, you know, and he's also an author of copyrighted material that has not yet been published, but he, you know, it's still copyrighted to his name. So I respect him for that, and I also respect him for his, you know, lame humor. So you know.
No, I love it.
Right, things are so serious nowadays, so you've got to keep a sense of humor, right?
I agree.
But no, seriously,
laughter is the best medicine. Absolutely.
Yeah, seriously though, then how did the dentist go?
That's a whole nother podcast. Yeah.
Well,
forget it. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's an ongoing issue, and that was an emergency that day, and I appreciate.
I think the graphic kind of distorted the audio there, Mike.
Yeah, we could hear you. Yeah, I had to put in iHeartRadio Festival. Sorry. Yeah, we could hear you, Dianne. 1 second. Okay. Joseph, we had to put in. Yeah. We had to put in the iHeart Music Festival because you know it's you know we're on iHeart. And, you know we got to throw the sponsors in. Probably distorted a little bit of Dianne's voice.
Music. Love it.
And I also see in your bio about textile manufacturing.
Oh yes. Well, I'm now a self-employed textile artist and a display artist, which is you know, window design, staging, that kind of thing. And I'm also a pro organizer. So I'm making it all work as a designer. So I am from an art family, okay, but it did start for me. It started with textiles. For most of my life until the year 2000, where what can I tell you? Part of the Patriot Collection is one of the paintings is devoted to the detriment of outsourcing. Happened to my career, happened to many. So, yes, the textile arts, loved it. I try to do it when I can. There's not much work for it, as there used to be. Okay, I did work for an American manufacturer for several years. Miss it. I miss it. I miss the U.S. factories. Miss the mills here.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and we need to do more to bring that back. And we've lost a lot of that, unfortunately, because of NAFTA and the bad agreement we did with China.
Yes.
And thank you. You were talking about Trump. Trump tried to undo that and bring that back.
Yes, he did.
But I have to be honest here. Trump clothing line, Mexico and China. So, I deal in facts. I'm sorry if that upsets anybody.
My name is John. I'm the founder of Blackout Coffee, and I started Blackout because I really love coffee. I've always loved coffee, and after traveling so much to Europe, South America, and trying so many different coffees that were so good, and every time I came back to the US, I was so disappointed with the coffee, so I figured that I had to do something about it. The biggest difference is on the beans and the roasting process, how we roast it, and how fresh it is. The fresher the roast, the better the quality. Here I have like all of the coffee. It's roasted within 1 to 2 days prior to being shipped. So it literally gets to consumer's house within 3 to 5 days after being roasted. If you like coffee, you have to try ours. It's fresh roasted. It's one of the best beans that we can get, and you will definitely see the difference.
Trump is not God. Trump is not perfect. We need him to lead and bring his clothing line, open up something here in America. He needs to lead on that front.
Yeah, I think, Joseph, Diane, before you answer that, I want to comment that real quick. I think there is some type of clothing line or some type of fashion line coming under Trump soon. Because if you've been paying attention to some of his rallies, he has been, trying to pitch into that, with his rallies. So there might be a clothing line coming in.
Yes, I believe there is. It is in the works. This is a lot of damage was done for all these years. It's going to take a while to bring this back, but he is working on it. We're all working on it. It's one of my main goals is to bring United States manufacturing back here. Yeah. We used to make things here. We have a lot of talented folks here in this country. Yeah.
Yeah, as you said, and as the saying goes, the first rule of holes, stop digging, right? This has been going on 50, 75, 100 years. You're not going to fill in that hole overnight. We have to stop digging it deeper and start to work our way out. It's going to take decades. I get upset with some people who get off the couch and they think 1 or 2 elections they could go back to the couch and do nothing again. No. Yeah. Again, electing Trump again in 2024 doesn't mean you've done a damn thing. You have to stay involved. Trump can't do it all. Like Reagan couldn't do it all. No politician can do it all. They are a man. They are not God. They require all of us to be involved, stay involved.
And, Joseph, I think that's what we're seeing today. We're seeing in America that, this whole government now, is, they want us to worship them, especially this administration. And then prior to that, Barack Obama. That's my own personal opinion.
No, you're right.
I see a lot of that. And what I love about Trump is that he had mentioned this one term: worship God and God only. You should never worship government, because government is men and women, not godly figures.
As our founders said.
They're only just like you and me, Joseph, but with a little extra coins in their pocket.
As our founders said, no king but King Jesus. And the Zoom I just got off with Ed Bondarenka, we talked about that. His guest, William Wagner, you can look him up on the show, saying the same things. You have to be involved. You reap what you sow. If you sow nothing, you eat the poison fruit that others sow.
Yeah. Yeah, facts over fear, folks. If you check out our one of our merchandise on SavageArmy.com, this is one of our latest shirts. Facts over fear. Seriously, folks.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
You know, you want facts over fear, because a lot of people are like, they're scared to death of facts. They know it's true. They know it's reality. It's part of our society. But you see that today in society. People of all ages, 60, 40, 20, 30. I mean, you see that. And, it is what it is, guys. Scan that QR code and you can get all the information on that T-shirt. But back here, the show, I think we have Dianne backwards.
Yeah,
here,
well,
on the side.
Dianne went sideways. Hello, hold on. Okay, now I can.
She's like,
now I can see you. Let me go sideways. Hello. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm faced the same way. We got to all lay on our right side now.
Yeah, Dianne, I think you got to flip the camera over or something. You're still on the side. It looks like you're like Batman or something hanging off of a cave.
Everybody in the audience, lay on your right side, or is it your left side? I guess it's the left side. But we don't want to go to the left.
Yeah, as Dianne is trying to fix her camera here, I'll pitch in a little bit. But guys, we like I said, the shirt, Facts Over Fear, tremendous, guys. Pick it up. It's selling, Joseph, actually. We had a couple, more than a couple, like 50 sellers already for that shirt. So, it's it's gonna piss off the liberal idiot, but it's not gonna, it's gonna make conservative Republicans happy. You gotta pitch into that.
Yeah, no, that is exactly about most of the materials at SavageArmy.com, right? My two favorites, Better Dead Than Woke. Oh, you read my mind.
I read your mind, Joseph.
Better Dead Than Woke.
Shaky putting in that like no tomorrow. You got it right on the spot, Shaky.
Bam!
We have to bam, like another notch, like another
Boy,
notch.
you hit the nail on the head with that one. And then restore our American Republic. Yeah, wear these into Target. Don't buy anything, but wear them into Target. Piss off the left. This is taking an action, people. This is passive aggressive, no doubt, but at least it's doing something. If you do nothing else, do this. Take a Roar shirt or a Better Dead Than Woke shirt out and about with you where liberals are going to see it. Yeah, thank you. There's my principles, not personalities, the man, the myth, the legend shirt there. Because again, I say that jokingly, but the left thinks I'm serious. Again, I'm not perfect. I'm just a man. I have flaws, right? I joke about being aloof and above everybody else because it pisses them off. They think I'm being serious, and they think, as Michael said, they think they're God. That's why they are trying to destroy Christianity, and why I have both a Before It's News and TheLibertyBeacon.com piece. Will real Christians save America? They're trying to destroy Christianity. Jesus was not a socialist. You have to take the whole Bible in context. Render unto Caesar does not mean redistribution of wealth. No.
Yeah.
Charity, be our brother's keeper, is our personal duty, not a government duty. He turned over,
and I love that. Yeah, Joseph, I love that. I mean, you almost like, I know you're, you coined that term, Trump cultist and everything, but you actually are speaking a little Trumpism a little bit, And listen, I'm not a Trump cultist. I love the guy. I'm going to vote for the guy in 2024. Definitely not voting for sleepy Joe Biden. That's it. I mean, you have my vote, Donald, and Joseph. Yeah,
exactly right.
You couldn't say it any different.
Right. There are a lot of us supporting Trump. There are those on the left with Trump derangement syndrome, but unfortunately, there are those on our right that are cultists. And we saw that during Reagan, too, I'm sorry to say. I was a big Reagan person.
Well, speaking of Reagan, there was something here, and then I want to bring Dianne in because it looks like she's got her camera all fixed. But, there was a video that was posted on YouTube. I wish I took it because they took the damn thing down. You know how YouTube is, right? I mean, we can't have any conservative values on YouTube, you know. But they had a video on YouTube where there was the 3 greatest presidents in American history. The first president they labeled as George Washington, right? Literally fought to the nail through the Revolutionary War and fought tyranny amongst tyranny through it. The second president was in 1980s Ronald Reagan. Okay, Ronald Reagan spins off a lot of policy that Donald Trump had proposed during his presidency, and then literally the third greatest president they labeled Donald Trump. I mean, I think they got everything right on those 3 presidents: Trump, Reagan, and Washington. I mean, how do you feel about this, Dianne?
Oh no! Now we lost your audio.
Savaged.
Yeah, we lost your audio, Dianne. You're going sideways. We're getting crickets on the audio, and now we can't even hear you. So we'll try it one more time. I think Dianne, yeah, you're still muted. I think you have to unmute the. You have to unmute. You know what? I'll take you off camera, and then you can try to fix it, and then we're gonna have to close it off with you soon, anyway, because we got another show that we have to get with Dr. Bob Lament from Static. So let me take you off camera real quick, Shaky. Take her off real quick so she can fix the audio. I think she has muted her mic off.
Iced tea? Come on, Liquid Death. This is like my grandma's energy drink.
We'll fix it here momentarily. But yeah, I mean, you gotta love it, Joseph, right? I mean, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, you've seen with the therapy twins, right? We only got 2 or 3 minutes out of the therapy twins. It's technology.
Yeah.
You know, you got to put the great puns in place. You know, sometimes people, they don't have the technology correct. And, you know, it takes a minute or two.
But yeah, and there were similarities with Reagan and Trump, and there are a lot of dissimilarities. I'm going to say it again because I'm not a cultist. I'm a supporter. No. There are a lot of Trump supporters, but we're neither derangement or cultists. We pick and choose. We worship no man, no king but King Jesus. And I will agree with anyone when I think they're right. Principles, not personalities. Disagree when I think they're wrong. Nobody's perfect. And, you know, so there are some comparisons and similarities. And Reagan had a much better character. I'm just going to say it. I'm sorry. Trump and his 6-year-old tantrums that still occur are an issue.
Joseph, that is the only thing that's really like messing up his presidency right now is that 6-year-old mentality. I mean, you know, get rid of the 6-year-old mentality. No one wants to put up with that shit. I mean, you're doing great, man. You're great on the mic. You can stir up the audience when necessary. You can create great crowds. You drive a great presence to any rally you go to. get rid of the 6-year-old mentality. It's not working for them. It makes it a hell of a lot worse.
Yeah,
really.
it makes it easier for them to attack him on his, as MLK Jr. says, content of character. It matters.
Yeah.
They make his personality the issue rather than the policy. He's great on policy. I love him on policy. But yeah, I'm sorry, the 6-year-old Twitter rants are still an issue. I'm willing to overlook that because of the policy. I'm not certainly going to say I'm leaving him because of that, but character matters. I haven't been saying for decades, content of character matters for me to change now. Principles, not personalities.
Yeah, well, Joseph, let's producer Shaky, let's reach out to Dianne, see if she's got her audio all fixed. I see a black screen on my end. Do you see the black screen? Yeah, we see a black screen. Dianne, doing a little mic tech over to you. If you can hear me, we're going to close it out with you. Hope we can get you back on. If not, then I'll close it out.
Hopefully she can come in for some closing
hopefully,
thoughts.
Hopefully. Yeah. If not, we'll plug you out as we close out the episode with you, so we can bring on Dr. Bob, and I believe Cousin Sauce is going to be
this is in keeping,
right?
We had the dental thing that canceled that, so we were bound to have technical difficulties in this one. It just happens with certain guests, right?
Yeah. Well, it looks like she's joining us from the great state of New York there in Long Island, so, maybe Long Island not having the greatest technology today,
That's not fair.
Wi-Fi.
Well, I'm surprised. She's a Trump fan, and she lives in Long Island. That's like fucking liberal as shit. Wow, she must live in a very small conservative area.
Well, maybe that's what it is. FBI Director Wray knows she's a Trump supporter, knows she was going to be on, so I'm going to float the conspiracy that the deep state is messing with our podcast.
Yeah. Well, Dianne, if you could hear me, we're gonna bring you on here. We're still getting a black screen from you. Can you hear us at all, or? Okay.
Maybe she's connecting.
Maybe.
We got the initials. Oh, there it was.
There we go. We got it.
Explosion. A call back for a third time.
Well, Dianne, we're gonna take you off because it seems like you're having some technical difficulties, but it was great having you on the show. Really, an honor. I wish I can have you on more, but the technology and the technical difficulties is causing us to not, or causing you not to be able to come on the show. And I'm sorry that it's like that, but I want to thank you for coming on Savage Unfiltered, guys. And check out Dianne's book. It's available on Amazon.com. And you can basically go over to the website, PatriotCollectionBook.com. Make sure you put the book at the end there. So again, guys, it's PatriotCollectionBook.com. And check out the tremendous story behind her father, which is a painter, guys. We'll put that graphic in there. Once again, guys, very, very nice looking man. Beautiful sailboats or fishing boats in the background. It looked like he was a huge fan in art. I mean, look at this. 1919 to 2018. He lived a long, healthy life, Joseph. Just about 100 years, if I had that correct. Yeah, Salvador. And guys, a little history. If you didn't catch us in the beginning of the stream, he graduated, Joseph, from Leonardo da Vinci Art School. That's not like that, Joseph. That's not a school anybody can get into. Right. That's a high-class school, man.
That's like Juilliard for music, right? We're talking Juilliard for music. That's an elite place. So, that's great credentials. And 1919, 2018, 99 years of age. Wow, he led a great, long life. I hope it was healthy all the way to the end. And I salute you. Thank you for your service, sir. Especially Vietnam. I hope you didn't get spat on your return. That was pathetic. You fought a noble cause. You didn't pick the war. You just served your nation, and God bless you. Thank you. Rest in peace.
God bless you. God bless you. And, you know, and rest in peace, sir, and everything else. And guys, if you want to check out, like I said, Dianne's book, guys, you can head over to the website. We'll plug it in one more time. You know, I'm doing this, guys, because we are live streaming on 5 platforms right now. So some people just come in, some people aren't coming in. You know, some people leave. You know how it is, guys. So head over to Amazon.com. Search the Patriot Collection, the story of 2 American patriots from New York City. Guys, I'm going to buy the book. It sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
It really does.